Sorry if you hear any noise, it's the rain. It's like raining pretty heavily outside. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips on how to stay motivated in exam season, whether that's A-levels, whether you're at uni. We're approaching exam season and it can be difficult to like keep going, so hopefully these next few tips will help you. Without further ado, let's get on into the video. I just want to preface this video by saying that these are the tips that worked for me. Like, I found year 13 quite a difficult year to like keep going because I had so much going on, and uni applications as well as like actual A-levels, and it was just all happening like at the same time. So like I used these 5 tips to like motivate myself and like sustain myself throughout that entire year because it was long. Okay, so tip number 1, oh my god, right, hopefully you can hear me. Tip number 1 is to visualize yourself on results day. So for A-levels, obviously that's going to be like late August. You just want to imagine like you getting your dream grades, like opening your envelope or like opening your email and just like seeing like those grades. Or like if you're at uni, to be fair, I'm still in my first year, I don't know how this works, but just receiving your end of year grades in some format and it being, you know, like a 2-1 or a first or something, just whatever grade you're aiming for, and you just want to like sit with that for a minute and just imagine how good that feels. You see that all your hard work has paid off, okay? And then you want to look at what you're doing right now. Yeah? Like, is what you're doing right now like gonna contribute to, the rain is slowly stopping. Anyway, is what you're doing right now contributing to that end of year grade, to that A star, to that first? Because if it isn't, I think that's enough drive to like tell you that you need to like pick up the pace, be a bit more intense about your revision. If you know you are currently like working at that grade, amazing, keep it up. You'll be able to better understand that, okay, yeah, like the work you're doing right now is gonna lead to those grades. But if you slack off significantly, yeah, maybe it's going to be harder to like get those grades, but just keep doing what you're doing. My next few tips are for if you just feel like, okay, what's the point then? Like, this is just so difficult, I can't keep going. Number 2, to follow like study accounts. Like, just immerse yourself in hardworking content creators, I suppose. You just want to be exposed like, on your timeline, on your feed, to other people your age, them doing their work, and then that can inspire you to like keep going. I remember in A-levels, one thing that kept me going was following study accounts on TikTok where they'd post like motivational quotes like you sitting like on your phone right now is like not gonna get you like the A's and A stars. Like, what are you doing with your life? Stuff like that. So I mean, that helps me partly. Study with me videos as well, I feel like those are quite helpful because you see like on YouTube somebody else studying and you're like, okay, well I might as well study as well. And like, even if you do get distracted by that video, all you're going to see is another person studying, and it's going to remind you, okay, I did come here to study, like let me like actually study. And I like those kinds of videos because they're long. They're like anywhere from like half an hour to a few hours, and yeah, I know like some of my friends have YouTube channels and they've posted like study with me's and they're very like entertaining. Tip number 3 is to take breaks, and by this I do not mean just the 5-10 minute breaks. I'm talking about like actual like a set amount of hours per day or like every few days where you actually rest and not go on your phone, because going on your phone is not relaxing. Please, oh my god, because you're still stimulating your brain. You need to do something that is like not like overstimulation, because you're already getting so stimulated by your revision and all that. You need something that like calms you down. That can be meditating, that can be journaling, just like taking time to yourself. I don't know, to just like kind of ground yourself basically, and just to re-energize yourself and replenish yourself for like your next study session. But I think the point of this is it's like longer breaks, not just like 5-10 minute ones. Obviously those are important as well, but we're talking like in the long term, how to motivate yourself in the exam season. Like you do need a dedicated amount of time every so often to not do any revision. Perhaps if you want to like read for pleasure, that's always like a good thing to do. I'm trying to remember what I did. What I would do during like study leave, I actually created like a good routine for myself. I would just watch some Netflix like during my breaks. Yeah. And obviously journal as well, like write in my diary. Tip number 4 is to take up some form of exercise, regular exercise. That's the whole point, not just like once. To keep yourself motivated, you have to be doing regular exercise. Whatever you want to do, going to the gym, going to a dance class, going for a run with a friend. I know what my friends did. They would like go for runs together because they lived close to each other, and they would sort of like hold each other accountable to that, and that was just like, I don't know, a weekly thing that they would do. It's quite cute. And what I did, I had like ballet classes once a week, and obviously like, it's like I couldn't slack off. Like I had to go to them like every week, even, you know, during exam season, because, you know, like my parents were paying for them and I didn't want that money to go to waste. So that was a good thing to look forward to, and I always felt good like after the dance classes, and like rejuvenated, like, and like focused as well, because obviously during exercise, well, hopefully you're not thinking about revision, you're just focusing on like your muscles moving, just focusing on that, so that when you finish like the exercise, you're like, your mind is like kind of clear, your mind has sort of gained some clarity, and then you are ready to keep going with revision. Okay, tip number 5, my favorite tip, is to schedule like hangouts with your friends after like small milestones. So for example, like, okay, this wasn't actually exam season, but it was like uni applications. So after me and my friend had both done our admissions tests, we arranged like a Netflix party where like, obviously we weren't actually watching, you know how Netflix party works, you don't watch Netflix like together, but like she was in her house, I was in my house, but like we connected the Netflix and we watched Man Like Mabine, and I still remember that. It was, okay, sorry about that, my phone ran out of storage, so I had to delete some apps, but we're back. As I was saying, yeah, schedule hangouts with your friends, coffee dates. It's something nice to look forward to. It keeps you going. Like when you're doing your revision and you're thinking, okay, what actually is the point of this? You remember, okay, if I just like do all of this hard work right now in this week, hey, I have like my like dinner with my friend that I can look forward to. Boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, like whoever it is, spending time with family as well. Like that's important too. So you don't even have to like schedule a hangout with someone else. You can go on like a solo date or just do something on your own, treat yourself. I had handed in my history coursework, and boy, this took me like 6 months. It was like 6 months of like doing history coursework, and then finally I handed it in, and I remember it so clearly. It was a Friday, and I finished school early on Fridays, like period 3, so I could go home at lunch. So I took the train home, I got German doner kebab, it was so good, and then I went home and I oh my god, I'm about to expose myself, but I watched season 2 of Bridgerton because it had just come out, and people might come for me because I liked Bridgerton. It was my guilty pleasure and I liked it, so no, but anyway, I'm just saying, like, that's just an example of how I was motivated. When it's coming up to like the study period, like study leave, like maybe every like 2 or 3 weeks you could just do a little something special. The overall mindset to just stay motivated is that this will pass in a couple of months, so just give it your best shot right now. Just work really hard right now, and then it'll all be over by the summer, okay? That's just my last 2 cents that I have to give. I really hope you enjoyed that and that you learned a thing or two. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Because lighting change. And the funny thing is, I'm not going to be a fresher rep for much longer, because technically I ran for elections for Women's Career Society. I got blog and website editor. Yay! I'm actually really happy about that, and I'm very excited. So I'm not actually a fresher rep anymore. So I'm assuming like new merch is going to be ordered, and you know, here it's going to say like Marguerite pen, blog and website editor. I'm actually waffling right now. I don't know if I'll include this in the video.